Hey everybody, welcome back to the Positive Energy Kitchen. Today another good one from my childhood. Two questions for you. One, how many of you out there, outside of my vegan friends and family, love hamburgers, meatballs? That right, the ground beef? Of course we all do. And another question, how many of you out there love mashed potatoes? We all know somebody that makes tremendous mashed potatoes. Well, if you're a lover of those two, then you're going to love today's meal, because today we're going to make relleno de papa, otherwise known as stuffed potato balls. They're wonderful. You're going to love them. The whole family's going to love them. So that's what's on the menu for today. And don't forget, everybody, if you're liking the vlogs and you've been following, please smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and also hit the little bell over there, because that'll let you know when all our vlogs are being released. Let's go. All right, first things first. We got a pot here, half filled with water. Fire it up. Bring that to a boil. While that's happening, we start doing some elbow work. Peel some potatoes. After the potatoes are all peeled, we're gonna wash them off, rinse them off, and then we're gonna cut them up into small cubes. That's phase one. All right, so potatoes, 6 potatoes. They're medium-sized potatoes, right? They're not real gigantic, they're not real small. Medium-sized, 6 of them, all cut up just like that. And also, folks, don't be too particular with the, there's a knot there, no big deal. But at the end result, you're not even gonna know that's there, all right? But 6 potatoes, all cubed up, so I'm gonna put this over here. Water still hasn't quite come to a boil, so you use this time to get some other things done. So, we got the peppers and the onions still need to be cut. We're gonna do that now. All right, onion and peppers all cut up. Probably more than I'm gonna really need, but there it is. I got red, green pepper, and the onion. Looks beautiful, nice little color. All right, while I was doing that, the water has come to a boil. There it is, as you can see, the water is boiling. Now what we're gonna do is the potatoes are going in there. Be careful, folks. Warning alert. Be careful. This is where accidents happen in the kitchen. No accidents in the Positive Energy Kitchen, all right? So what we want to do is we want to load them up. It's going to take a little while, but you're just going to drop them in real nice, right? Load them in, drop them in. No one gets hurt. Everyone comes out alive. Everybody's eating. All right, so the last bits of potato are going in there. This is what we're gonna do. We want that to come back to a boil 30 minutes. Gotta put some salt in there though. Right? Sprinkle some salt in there, not too much, a little bit, right? Put the top on, set the clock for 30 minutes. No. Go. So now, potatoes, 30 minutes. You may not need a full 30 minutes, but you definitely don't want to go longer than that. 30 minutes, let the potatoes boil, check them, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, check them out, push the fork in there, see that there's a bit of tenderness to them, that's when you know they're done, and that's it. But no more than 30 minutes. Cool. Okay, 2 things at the same time. Remember, the potatoes are boiling. They still got 25 minutes still remaining, so we got lots of time. Onions and peppers already all cut up. So now what we're gonna do, we got a little bit of a hot pan going right here. We're gonna throw a little olive oil in there. Just a little bit of olive oil. And we're gonna throw those onions and peppers in the pan. Let's get that going. We're gonna start making the filler that's gonna go in the relleno de papa. All right, so the onions and peppers and with the garlic just smells tremendous in here. You can see how nice they look, totally cooked up, nicely caramelized. Now we go with the meat. 85% lean ground beef. There's about 1.25 pounds there. All right, so we threw in the ground beef. That's gonna cook up a bit. After that's cooked up a bit, olives are going in. Tomato sauce is gonna go in. That's your filler. All right, so the 30-minute timer just went off, which means the potatoes are done, and there they are. Beautiful. Beautiful, right? We're going to check out the tenderness of those. They're going to need to be drained. And then the filler is in this particular case, ground beef again. Now, just to recap on what I used in here, obviously ground beef. You could use corned beef hash, you could use turkey, you could use chicken, you could use pork, any one of your choice. But with it, I threw in green pepper and red pepper, onion, crushed garlic. I sliced up the onions, the olives. Instead of whole olives, I sliced them up. And also, I threw in some tomato sauce to taste. That's it. This will be drained as well. So we're going to drain both of them now. And then the next move is we're going to make the mash. All right, so the filling's all done. I did the taste test. It tastes unbelievable. It looks unbelievable. Potatoes are done. I already began the mashing process, but during this process, we're gonna throw in a couple things. First, a couple teaspoons of butter, melted butter. Just kind of drop that in. Nice. And 1 egg. Nice whipped. Throw a little egg. This is the kind of the binding stuff that helps keep it bound when we're making the potato balls. All right. And you work that in as you're going along. All right. You know what's good about this meal? You gotta work at it while you're doing this. Mash this up real nice. And then we got a combination of spices that are gonna get thrown into the mash. And that is, we've got a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of onion powder, teaspoon of garlic powder, and pepper. Pepper, again, to your liking, to your taste. Be careful with putting too much in there. And we're gonna sprinkle that in, and this is all gonna get worked into the mash as well. Nice. Beautiful. And just work it in. Okay, now the fun begins. The messy part begins. Actually, this part isn't too messy. All right, so we got our mash in there, all seasoned. We got our filler. Now we're gonna begin the process of making the potato balls. Now, be very mindful of the size that you get. I'm always of the mindset is better too much than not enough. Not particularly so in this case. But you want it to get at the size of, like that's probably a little on the larger side, but that's actually not too bad. And you really want to work it. You know what this reminds me of? When I was a kid, snowball fights, when it snowed and there was no school, and you made a snow fort in front of your house, and you loaded up with a bunch of snowballs. And I can remember just packing the most beautiful snowballs. Well, that's what you want to do when you make these. So there you go, right? There's your potato ball. Now what we want to do, and this is where it gets fun. Check this out, watch closely. This is where you want to just jam your thumb right into the middle and make like a cup. And you feel around, right? And then you put the meat right there. And use the spoon to kind of pack it down. Don't overfill it. Just get it right there where it's level. See that? Beautiful. Now you do the work. Now you just kind of work it around, and you're gonna see that hole slowly closing up. You push it down a little bit, closing up a little bit more, push down, closing up a little bit more, then you pinch it down. And look at that, the hole just vanishes. It just totally vanishes. And there you, again, move it around, work it, get it nice and worked in. There it is, there's a potato ball. We're gonna make a whole bunch of those. And then there's another process after that. Stay tuned. All right, so the potato balls are complete. They got their filling in there. They look wonderful. They're ready to go through the process. The next phase is they're gonna go through an egg wash. From the egg wash, they're gonna go to a mixture of a cup of cornstarch, half a cup of flour, and then sazon to your liking. Sazon is simply for a little extra color and a little bit of flavor. That's it. And they're gonna go to there, and then they go to the oil. That's how it rolls. So this is the way it's gonna work. And as you do this, make sure one hand is your wet hand, the other hand is the dry hand. And in it goes. Yep, it gets a little messy. It's okay. Messy food is the tastiest food. Give it a nice, make sure it gets coated real nice in that mixture, and then it's gonna sit right there, ready to go. Then you grab the next one. Flip it around, make sure it gets plenty of the egg wash. With the wet hand into the flour, dry hand takes over. Over top, move it around. Pat it in there nice. Don't worry about making a mess. And there it goes. All right, here we go. The moment of truth. Potato balls are ready to go. Got canola oil on the fire. Pretty deep because these are pretty decent sized potato balls. So what we want to do is you want to play it safe. Put it on a spoon that's got holes in it, right? And we're just going to lower it in nicely. And when you see the bubbling, that's a good sign. You could drop a couple. And we'll just leave it for 3 right now. Let them sit in there for about a minute, minute and a half. Keep an eye on them. You want them to brown, and then you're just going to roll them over and brown them up, and they'll be ready to go. All right, so there they are. 5 of the 7 I've made thus far, and there's even more to be made, but they look wonderful. Bigger than maybe they should normally be, but better too much than not enough. So let's do a little bit of a unveiling here and see what we got. And there you go. Nice and hot. See the filling in there. A little bit of everything. Beautiful. Me, personally, gotta have the Goya. So what I like to do personally is I like to sprinkle just a tad on there. And let's give it a taste. Let's see how it tastes. So good. Again, if you're a fan of meatballs and hamburgers, you know, that ground beef type of different taste, and then mashed potatoes, this is a meal for you. It's wonderful. It's inexpensive. It's a little bit of work, but you know what? Some of the best meals take a little bit of work. So good. Hope you enjoy it. Again, if you try this and you like it, give me some love, show me some love, hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll be back for some more. Got the Pika hit me in the back of the throat. We'll be back for